guys, today is the 1st of August and I took a trade after the NFP. Anyways, my confluences, we had a bearish SMT on the manipulation on this hours for value gap where I'm expecting to reject because the drawn liquidity over here, this London low, it's just so close and there's just no reason for us to go higher first then take this out on market open. So get an SMT at those hourly gaps, then basically we had here like a 5-minute SMT at this highs, which was this. So we had an SMT out of those highs and I'm just taking profit at this internal low, detaching myself here on the outcomes, and let's see how it's gonna go. For me, I have really strong conviction on this because I'm really waiting for manipulation on this hourly gaps, and we did. As for my entry, could it be better? Maybe I could have waited for a retrace, but like what I'm seeing, no like internal SMT as much as I want it to be. It's not an A plus setup, it's more like an A minus, because making it A minus is just the fact we didn't really have the internal SMT, but we had a manipulation into an hourly gap. The draw is lower because we have the London lows. London lows are just resting here, so it just makes sense for us to go lower. Where will I go break even? As soon as we get this low taken out, I'm putting my stops to break even. Why? Because I don't change its state. So let's wait for that. But I'm risking around 1.5% here. If we have an SMT on some sort of high, then I'm definitely risking to that high, but currently we're not seeing that. We're saving for this lows and just be done for the week. Around the consequent encroachment is like where I really want to go to break even, because we can definitely reject there. Just the rejection block. But I'm gonna be taking 80% of my contracts when we take that low. So we got the change in state, guys. I'm putting my stops right now to this high. Not gonna go to break even quite yet because we can easily retrace unless we break this low. So yeah, I'm just gonna be de-risking at this high. This high shouldn't be taken out. That should be a protected high. If it inverse this gap, then I'll be de-risking. Wait for the inverse here, but it's looking pretty strong. We'll see. Yeah, that's worthy of a de-risk, guys. Break even, because yeah, we crossed that actually here. So I'm just gonna follow my rules here where my break even says, because we can easily reject on here, because this is that 15-minute bullish gap that we rejected last time. So we can definitely see some rejections out of that. Yeah, let's just chill here. If it's gonna be a break even, I'm not gonna be trading anymore today because I'm not really planning to trade today. If this goes break even, I'm all good. Followed my rules. Yeah, like looking at here on this retrace on that gap, our break even is fine. It's where it should be based on my standard deviation. Yeah, Nasdaq is low-key leading. Let's see if we're gonna get rejected here. Stops are in break even right now. Low-key move it a bit because we might have problems with like slippage. We'll see, guys. Yeah, we got stopped out there at break even. P&L for the week. It's gonna be my last trade, guys. I'm not planning to trade anymore, but yeah, I think it's really gonna be a draw on liquidity for the day. I think I was just risking 30 bucks at that point. Let's actually check. Yeah, just 0.5% on that one. This is actually gonna draw lower. We just got stopped out of break even. But yeah, this is gonna be the trade here. For me, I'm really not planning to trade today, but I just saw a nice setup, which is what I was anticipating and what I wanted to see. But I wanted just a fluent structure to the downside, and I think it would actually work. It would actually work, guys. But I'm not willing to risk it because I know that today is gonna be lower probability, but it just makes sense. This one is a 3.1 RR on de-risk, but initially was 1.37 RR. Honestly, that break-even point is not a place where my trade is invalidated, But yeah, pretty much it's gonna be a 2% day, easy 2% day honestly. But we just choose to just be pretty cautious here. But honestly, I should have just risked that because this high as an SMT. If you can actually look at the 15 minutes, this is a 15-minute SMT. This is a trade that would definitely work, but I was just being extremely cautious. Maybe if it was an A plus, because I was really waiting for like an internal SMT on, you know, this highs or any like SMT right here on like the retraces, but we failed to do so. But it's just impossible to not take this low, right? But if I was actually in this position, I might have took partials, because this is an order block. It's a place where I'm anticipating a possible rejection. But this is gonna be all for today, guys. As I've said as much as possible, I don't want to take a trade on a Friday unless I can see a clean setup. And I was looking at this a lot earlier. I really want a manipulation on this hourly gap with an SMT. I found it, I saw it, so I was like, okay. I said all of that, so I was like, okay, I get my inverse on this gap, but just put my stops above those highs. Target the internal lows. That was a clean ass trade. Being too cautious this week, guys. Honestly, I'm being too cautious, though it's for a reason. Price action has not been best for the past week. Yeah, I missed trades that I actually take, but I just become pretty cautious. Put my stops to break even, all those stuffs, and I miss out on this type of trades that, you know, I have strong conviction with. Hi guys, it's a little update, and it's currently market open, and yeah, we took our take profits, full take profits, internal low and the rejection block, and yeah, this is surely gonna go lower. There's just no chance for it to not to. We had an SMT on those highs. Yeah, take this short, guys, toward the London lows. Could have done a lot better. Me being that cautious, it's just nonsense. You need to take risks. If there's no risk, there's nothing you're really gonna get out from this. It's gonna be the update on this trade. It was actually a winning trade without even just barely going on, or barely being in drawdown, like barely entered here. It's just, you know, a little retrace, since it was a big 30-point candle. Retraces a bit, and here actually, as I've said earlier, my stop was to break even was a little too high, because here I wasn't stopped out on break even, but on my trade there I did got stopped out. So it means I placed my break even a little too high, because here I never really get the retrace on my entry. It was too obvious to just not take. I took it, but the problem was I knew that we're gonna be retracing onto this gap, but we just got stopped to break even. Look at this. If this was my entry, there's no wick there, so it means I put my break even too high, and in the first place it should be just on this high. Then when we had this another change state, then we can definitely de-risk, because this low is not protected. So I became too cautious there. It was an A minus setup. Didn't get the internal SMT, but we had the higher time for external SMT with the tap onto a higher time frame PD ray, where I'm expecting a rejection at. Definitely gonna be learning a lot from this mistakes I've done this week, and looking for better protection next week. I'm definitely gonna be risking a lot heavier. It's gonna be all for today, guys. Hope you found this video beneficial and valuable. It's a reminder to just stay sharp, stay disciplined. Is always follow your rules, because every time you follow and obey your rules, you will be rewarded, while every time you disobey your rules, you will be punished. So yeah, it's gonna be all for today, guys. Hope you love this video. Peace out.